Okay, so this will be the official start of season three. We had a little summer recap or whatever, but now Friday's it. It's Tuesday night. We're counting it down. Uh, we've got our predictions right off the bat, which we've done so well in previous years.
We're
As
never wrong.
yeah, so we've got a long spell before we have to eat crow or whatever it is at the end of the season. So we're going to be getting to that. What else we got, Trent?
I don't know. We're gonna go over some fantasy soccer. I think we're gonna dabble
Yeah.
in that this year, aren't we? Dave,
Yeah,
you've played it. Alan,
we're
I
gonna
don't know
have
if you have.
It's been a while,
I've
but
never played
I
fantasy
have played
soccer.
before. Yeah.
so yeah, it's a league. It's a league with a lot of people from Skinnies, and I've just we're making it the three studs team, and we're gonna win the league.
Let's do it.
End of story.
It's
So, are
gonna
we
be
gonna agree
easy,
on a lineup
honestly.
every week?
Huh?
Are we gonna agree on a lineup every week? Then is that
I
Every
don't
what we're
know
week.
if
gonna
we'll
try and?
agree, but we're gonna give it our best shot.
I like it. Yeah, we got some local soccer news we got to cover as well. But like you said, Premier League starts this week, so we might as well get these predictions out of the way and figure out where the hell we're
Yeah,
gonna finish on this table.
right. Let me see if okay, I got my beautiful list called up. I guess what are we going from 8 to 1?
Let's.
Are we gonna go? We're gonna start with who's gonna win, or are we just gonna count? Why don't we build the suspense and start at 8 and go down to 1?
All right.
So want me to go first?
Yeah, drum roll Raider. There you go.
Right behind me, number 8. I had to say it, but hey, that's better than 17. So I say Spurs get 8. I uh I love that we have a new manager. I love that we've gotten a couple new players, but to me, it's an unknown. It's a new style of play. I'm not going to put us up any higher than that.
Where'd you guys finish last season?
17.
That'd be a good improvement there, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you be happy with that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, ideally, prior to last year, you're always looking for Champions League or at least Europa League. The bar got lowered severely. Still, I'm just this is just something new that I'm just unsure of. I know Thomas Frank. I know he did well at Brentford, but it's a whole new project for him. Where I got us. Hope I'm wrong.
All right, Alan, who you got eighth?
I got Palace. I think
Ooh,
some of
the
these
South
teams will still do
Londoners.
pretty well, but I think again, I don't see them improving on last year um, too
Didn't
much.
Palace finish 12th last year?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did finish 12th, but they get to play in Conference League because of winning the
Oh yeah.
FA Cup. So it's probably a little bit bold that they're going to play Europe and improve. But I think, like we were discussing earlier, I think the manager is good and I think they have a good team. They haven't been rated as much as maybe they should have been. Um,
Yep,
so
Glasner kicks ass.
Well, here's the
If they
deal. As
if they
a
keep Eze, yeah, if they keep Eze, that's a big deal.
he's still coming down to the wire. He could be gone, but
well, that's what stinks about doing these predictions now is the teams could still
right.
change. Because like
Yeah,
Man United could add a goalkeeper and a midfielder,
that's what's great.
and all of a sudden it's like, well, instead of maybe getting sixth, you might think they get, top four, or maybe they don't sign anybody, and you're like, never mind, they're gonna still get eighth.
Yeah, I mean they lost to Elise last year, who was a big miss because I think I rated him pretty highly going when we did these predictions. I think I had him in the top 6 maybe, and he was a big loss for them. And I mean, if they played all their games at Wembley, put them in the top 4.
Yeah, I don't know that I trust I don't know that I trust Villa to repeat, and I
Yeah,
definitely don't trust Forest.
yeah.
So
Where are
I
you
don't
giving
know.
away the rest of your lineup, dude? Quit giving away hints, bro.
We'll go with 8. Trent, what do you got?
In eighth place, I've got Allen's Manchester United.
Okay.
That's an improvement.
Yeah, he was
I
16.
think I think especially if you guys start well, that's big for you guys.
How are we going to start
Did
well?
you did you say the other day that your first five matches are pretty difficult?
Yeah, we have Arsenal on Sunday at home. We then
Oh, you're going to
go
start well. Yeah, do it.
I think, to Fulham, play Burnley at home, go away to City,
Oh, what are we
and
talking
then
about now?
we play Chelsea at home.
Okay, so yeah, if you guys get off to a good start, um, I think that would be key for you guys to finish up that way. I've
Here's the
got you guys in
thing.
eighth. It's like you said, it's still there's still signings to be made. So
Yeah,
this could change in 3 days, in 72 hours. I could think you guys are finished somewhere else. But
yeah, for
as of
sure.
right now, got you guys in eighth, which is an improvement, like you said.
Yeah, so continuing down the list, I've got United at 7 for the very reasons you discussed. Now, their off season, I mean, you did well. You got, Cunha and Mbumo and this Slovakian guy.
Shishku.
Yeah, but I think it's just going to take a while for it to come together.
Mm,
I mean, that's just the way to look at it anyway. So, I mean, basically, we're just following each other from last year. We were 17, you were 16. I've got us 8, I've got you 7. And then we'll play the Europa League final together because, we'll get knocked out of Champions League early. Or is that still a thing where if you get knocked out of Champions League in the early stage, you go into Europa League? I don't think that's a
I
thing
think
anymore.
no, that's
I don't
done with
think it
that
is
new
anymore.
grouping.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And we were just going to magically show up into the final anyway. They're going to be like, let's just repeat after last year. It was so bad. Let's replay it.
Yeah.
That's also bad that we're asking what the Champions League format is these days because none of us have been
Yeah.
in it recently. So
Well, yeah, I hadn't been in the Champions League in a while, so I forgot. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, I have
teach you the
United
season.
7. I like what you all did in the off season so far, but still too early for me to say that that's just a complete turnaround.
Well, like I would probably like Tottenham more than I do if they add Eze. Because you guys
Right.
haven't had, who have you guys added again? We talked about it last time. Kudos,
Kudus.
Paulinho, uh,
Polina.
Paulinho was at Bayern via Fulham. I forgot he was at Bayern there
yeah,
for a
he's one of
season.
those guys that will make the most tackles on the field. He's a very good
Yeah.
defensive mid. Um, but and then Kudos,
Thomas Frank probably loves that guy.
yeah, Kudos, and quite frankly, and then Madison got injured. Uh,
Yeah, that's what
so
stinks.
we're down to the wire on the transfers, so to speak. I guess don't you have until the end of
August, I
August?
think. I think it's like
Yeah,
1st of
August.
September or
But
something like that.
again, you know me, I'm skeptical. I'm not holding my breath on any of this stuff. So we may just try and make it work with whoever we've got. If that's the case, that's not a good scenario. Never is.
Okay, so Dave, your eighth and seventh place are Tottenham and United.
Yep.
Mine are Palace and Tottenham.
Okay.
Like we just were discussing, I think I'd like you guys more if you added Eze. I haven't seen Tottenham under Thomas Frank, so it's kind of an unknown.
Right.
I don't think obviously it can be any worse than what it was under Ange. And I think Thomas Frank is a good manager, but you know, what's his name, who was at Wolves and looked really good, and then he became you can't stand him, Dave. What's his name?
Oh,
The
Nuno.
Portuguese. Nuno, yeah. Nuno looked really good as a manager until he became the Tottenham manager, and it just kind of fell apart. So I don't know. Like you said, you got to kind of hold it loosely. Don't hold your breath. So that's kind of where I am with Tottenham. It's kind of an unknown, but I think they have enough good players. They should be in that, challenging for Conference League, Europa League sort of places.
I can go with that.
Well, this is boring. This is boring. I got Spurs in seventh. If you
We
guys
have
get
more
Eze,
faith
that
than Dave does. Me and
yeah,
me and Trent.
I think if you guys stay healthy all season in a different style of play, um, that's going to help you guys a lot more. I mean, that would have helped you a ton last year, but I think if
Yeah.
you guys get Eze would be big. That'd be a huge signing for Tottenham in my eyes. So I've got United and Tottenham flip flopping. I could see them either way right there, depending on who's healthy and who adapts their formations that they're playing.
Yeah,
Whoever gets off to the better start, in my opinion,
yeah.
between you two will finish higher. So nothing too crazy, but um, yeah, like I said, the window's still open. You guys get it as a go seventh, Dave. Go seventh.
Six, I've got Villa. Quite frankly, we
Ooh.
can talk more about this as we go through the top six countdown. I'm not sold on Forest, Brighton, Brentford, Palace, a lot of those teams. I just don't think they're going to be what they were. We can get into the weeds about that, but I've got Villa at six.
Nice. I put Newcastle at sixth. Even with Champions League and that challenge, I think Eddie Howe. What the danger with Newcastle, of course, is, and I'll probably get this wrong, because of Isak, not wanting to play for them anymore and that whole thing falling apart. So like, where are they going to get goals? But I kind of have a feeling they'll probably dip their toe in the market and get some sort of striker to help them out. Um, but yeah,
They
it
still got
is.
good players. Yeah,
I mean, they got Alenga. They still have Anthony
yep,
Gordon. They still have
yep,
Joel Linton playing. I mean, yeah, they're solid. They're solid on defense as well, and they
yep.
they seem to be making their home state, their home turf, a fortress and tough to go play there. So I have a feeling that they'll be in the Europa Conference League region again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
my thing
pretty
with
gimmick.
Newcastle is what do they prioritize this season with all the competitions they have? They won their trophy in the Carabao, so what do they go to next? And like they've got a deep enough squad, I think, to do some damage, but to win a trophy with all the tournaments, I don't know.
Well, I
But
think
I
they've
like,
always of all the teams, I think they've exhibited a lot of balance and no
hmm
gimmicks, no frills, and I think they just go through it. I don't think they
hmm
prioritize anything over the other, unless things start looking bad. I mean, that's Spurs. Once the rumor or whatever you want to call it that Ange just gave up on everything and went for Europa League, which he won.
right.
So at some point later on, if that's the case, where let's say they're not doing great in the league, but they've advanced in Champions League, well, you might see a little more effort go towards that, but to be determined.
All right, I got a shocker for you here in sixth.
Let's hear it.
Everton.
Whoa, okay.
Just
That
because of
guy really
Grealish?
signing really put it over the
Wow.
top, huh?
Wow.
I think Moyes is a really, really good manager, and I think he's at the perfect place for him at this time in his career. And they have made some smart signings, honestly. They got a striker. Where's he at? They got this striker from Villarreal. They paid like 35 million for. So if him and Beto and this Alcaraz guy they signed can do some damage up top with Grealish, um, they got a guy from us at Chelsea, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, who's probably going to
Yeah.
start in their midfield. They made a good signing last year as well. What's his name? It's losing me right now. I can't even pronounce it, but another midfielder. I don't know. I think they could do some damage with Moyes at the helm. I'm kind of going out on a limb there. I was going down the list of who I think is just better than
Well,
each other at this point.
yeah,
Like
that's an interesting
I'm going.
pick. I don't know how great of a manager he is, but to your point, he's a fit there.
I
He
think he's
made
a
his
fit
bones
there.
there and, uh, went out to the wilderness and sucked at United. Won a conference league at West End, but let's face it, he was let go once there and came back and he's got something there, but I think yeah, overall I think he's just a fit at Everton and yeah, if they've it's not like they don't spend money there. Um, so interesting pick. I'd like to see how that plays out.
We'll see how much ag I have on my face at the end.
Yeah.
Who do you got at fifth, Trent?
Fifth place. I have Aston Villa. I was. I haven't really seen them doing anything in the market to tell me otherwise.
Their
Then they're just
PSR,
going to
their
be
PSR is not good.
steady. Okay, that makes
They
sense.
may lose Duran at the last minute, I think, right?
They just who's the dude I saw today? That there was a rumored midfielder today, but it was like a lateral move in the Premier League. But I think Emery's a really good manager, and I think they're a good squad. But to put them any higher than fifth or sixth or seventh is probably a little premature.
What about not top eight at all? What about that?
I mean, I
Just
could see that
idiotic.
too because no, I was kind of going back and forth on them today in Newcastle. I was like, I think one of these teams is going to flop this season. I just don't know who it is.
Yeah, I think they're in like the worst position PSR wise, so that's why they're not unless they sell someone, but I don't think they want to sell anyone. So they're just in kind of a tight situation. But I think Emery is good, but it's really rough when you don't add anyone to your squad, at least a team like that, I think. Um,
Mhm.
and they have Europa.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
So,
signed a midfielder from Nice, some dude I've never heard of.
oh,
So
nice.
that's been their big signing.
Wait, is
Other
it
than
Nice or
that,
Nice? Nice or Nice? I'm confused.
nice Nice. Yeah. Other than that, they didn't really do much. But yeah. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
Um, well, I just think did they were in the Champions
They,
League. They played PSG. Yeah, they were in the
yeah,
Champions
they
League
did
Jacob.
last
well.
year.
Yeah,
So
they
they
did well in the
they
group
still
stage. They were
performed
up
pretty
top.
well.
Mhm.
I don't know. I have a feeling that some of these teams are going to fall off because I think United and Tottenham are going to do
Mhm.
better than last year. And I kind of have a feeling with all the improvements we're seeing from Arsenal and, Liverpool, I just think the league is going to be that much tougher this season. And so the top teams that are typically your top six are just going to perform better than they did last year. And some of these other teams are going to kind of go down the pecking order, if you will.
Yeah, I think
I think
Villa
Villa.
is not anything flashy, but
Good.
it seemed like they're going to be fairly consistent. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I had them at six. So
They've got a
Nice.
very consistent midfield, in my opinion. With
yeah,
they got Barkley, McGinn, Tielemans, Onana,
yeah, that's a
Kamara.
good
I mean,
midfield.
they're pretty deep there. That's why, and they play for Emery, and they got Matson on the wing. So that's why I think they're strong.
Right.
No real weak points, but they're not great anywhere.
Right.
If they can get a lot out of their attackers, that's when anybody's really good. But that can set them apart from like them or like a Newcastle
If
this
they can
season, in my
score
opinion.
goals, they'll do well.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
feeling.
their attackers are on, they might score. I don't know. You ever heard that one?
If their
Yeah.
goalkeeper doesn't let in a lot of goals, yeah, it'll be great.
I've got Newcastle fifth.
Fuck.
So right in that same pocket that you had somebody had them sixth,
Okay.
have them fifth.
Okay.
Sorry for a little bit of a side note. I saw a Arsenal fan and United fan arguing on like Sky Sports stuff, and the United fan was arguing, for United to do better than Arsenal this season, and someone in the comments put, "Does the United fan realize they still have Onana in goal?" And I just died laughing. I was like, "That's so
For now,
accurate."
baby, for now.
Yeah,
This
we'll
could
see.
change.
We'll see. Um, I'm sorry, Dave. Who did you say fifth?
I said Newcastle, and we covered that. I mean, between Villa and Newcastle, we all kind of
Yeah, the only worry about them that high, and I'm kind of foolish. I feel like a little bit maybe at putting them at sixth is just without Isak being there.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
have a feeling something's going to happen there. Either they sell Isak or they get a striker, or hey, maybe a complete turnaround happens and they mend the relationship and he plays for him again. I don't know, but I have a feeling they won't go into the season without some sort of
I think I think
addition.
Nico Jackson's going there. I think that's where
There
he's
you
gonna end
go.
up.
Yeah, that could definitely happen, and he could play okay for him.
Counterattacking football, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
I like him there.
yeah,
I think that's a fit.
that could definitely work. Okay, here's I guess sort of my first big surprise. I have City in fifth, mostly because
Okay.
Rodri's picked up a little bit of another knock. I don't know how reliable he'll be. De Bruyne is not there anymore.
Right.
Um, and I think their defense was kind of found out last year. It hasn't been real consistent. I think didn't they buy a defender? I can't think of who it
They
was.
bought three or four players at least, but I'm not certain that I know much about any of them.
I saw like they signed another attacker or winger or somebody, but I wasn't real familiar with him, so I can't really
Right.
have much opinion on that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really trust their defense, especially without if Rodri's going to keep picking up a little bit of these injuries because I think he's
Right.
going to miss this weekend.
No, he
So
is. He's going to miss, I think, the first few games, but or at least that was the initial
right,
prognosis.
right. So I think they'll have enough going forward. and they'll have a, solid midfield most likely again, but they probably need Rodri and Foden to really pick up the slack with Kevin De Bruyne gone, and I don't know that that's going to happen. So, yeah, I mean, I could see them even going lower, but yeah, I put them at fifth.
Well,
Is the guy
for
you're
that
thinking
reason,
Ryan Cherky, the attacker?
Yes. Yeah, they did add, yeah, from Lyon. And he looked good. He ran through United in Europa League. Like I can think of at least two runs that and
Oh yeah,
he didn't finish it off, but he did end up scoring on someone laying the ball off to him outside of the box, and it was a nice goal. But he had two runs through United that I was like, he didn't even look that
I remember that
fast.
now.
He just glided through everybody. And
No, he's a little dude. Yeah.
apparently he's kind of pissed off at how that game went. So he said something when they were interviewing him joining City, and he said like he's going to be out to get United this season. So we'll see.
Says here he's only 21, so that's not good.
Yeah, he's young.
All
yeah,
right, Alan. Dave, who you got?
I've got City fourth for the exact same reasons. I think that team has run off of Rodri and or De Bruyne as kind of the driving force, and when one of those two isn't healthy, it shows. And they're a little more fragmented. They're not as dominant. So four, even like to your point, Alan, I wasn't that confident on four with them. They're kind of an enigma because I don't know. The years go on, right? It's kind of like how last year they were exposed for not being what they used to be. Is it going to just continue to kind of go downhill for them, or they just kind of float right around that 2 through 4 slot? Who knows? But yeah, four. I'm good with that, but it could be lower. It could be three, but I'm not sold on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm not sold. Did you
What do
give
you
us
guys?
did you give us yours, Trent?
That I was the
Fourth,
first to go on four.
you started fourth. Fourth, I got a team I'm never sold on, Arsenal.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's
I
just
mean, it is
Arsenal. Like
Arsenal, but
they haven't done it. I haven't seen them do it. Nobody with an iPhone or a BlackBerry has seen them do it. Why would I have to? Why would I think they're going to do it this year?
not even a Palm Pilot.
Maybe a
Maybe we did
GameCube.
have
I don't
Palm.
know.
Maybe we did have Palm Pilots back then. I don't
Who knows? But
know.
they're
Yeah.
they're a good team. But like they're going to be in Champions League. They're going to be in all the cups as well. So um, I just don't think they have it when it comes to the big matches. Jokeresh, we'll see how he does. They needed a 9. They got a 9.
yeah, they bought
Go do it.
players.
Go do it in this league. And until then, I'm probably not going to pick you to win the league yet, guys. Sorry.
Not even with Mad Wacky.
Well, if they start Kepa, I might change my mind.
All right.
So we're on fourth, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Second surprise. I have United fourth. I think
Holy moly.
I think we've made good additions. I think we'll get a midfielder. I don't know about a goalkeeper, but I think even with Onana in goal, I think we could still push for Champions League spots. If you look at Amram's track record in his second season, he gets rid of a lot of extra unneeded players, if you will. And then he kind of trims down the squad, gets to where he wants, makes them leaner. I think our preseason we looked pretty good. We weren't super impressive, but I think it was a good jumping point. So yeah, I'm kind of high for us to make a big bounce back, and I think we're gonna score some
Fourth.
goals. So yeah, I'm going fourth. If you look at it in Bumo's numbers over the last couple of seasons and Cunha's, they've been the top goals and assists players, or sorry, they've been in the top five or four for those categories behind Salah and I think Palmer. Um, so yeah, I just think it's been good additions, and I think Amram has a track record of improving heavily in the second season. And the other thing is, guys, we don't have any European competitions, so we get to focus on, for the most part, one game a week, and I think that's going to be huge for us, especially going down the stretch or preparing for big matches, like we have three in the first 5 weeks. So, yep.
Good
But
luck with that.
I picked them fourth last year, and look how that turned out. So,
All
what do I
right.
know?
Three, I got Arsenal. I'm kind of with Trent. Of course, I hate them, so
Yes.
that keeps me from ever picking them to win the league. But yeah, even with their additions, there's just something about Arteta, and there's something about that team that under delivers with.
Trent, you froze again.
Oh,
Again.
Go ahead, Dave.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I until they stop until they stop under delivering, I'm not going to rank them any higher than second or third. So I've got them in third. I hope it's lower. I hope they fail miserably. But until that day, I'm okay with them getting third.
I actually went with Chelsea in
Third
third.
place.
I think
Damn.
I think Chelsea's I kind of have Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea as like the teams that kind of separated from the everybody else. I think they'll
Yeah.
probably get third by like, 5, 7, 8 points. Maybe I would hope not like 10, but I think they'll kind of separate themselves and challenge. Um, like we've talked about, I don't know that I trust the center backs now that Caldwell's out, especially too. And I don't know that they have. I'm not saying they're bad. I just don't know that they have enough to get it over the line. Because when you look at Arsenal and Liverpool, their center back and defensive players are
Liverpool's
established.
defense sucks now.
They don't look as good, but I think that they're good enough that they know how to get them through games, especially in the Premier League, even with other competitions going on. But anyway, yeah, I think Chelsea they look good. I think Maresca's doing a good job, and I think you have a plethora of players to choose from and to work into the squad and figure out what works. And so yeah, I'm going with Chelsea in third.
All right. Plethora of
Brandino.
players. I took a team that did that. I put Liverpool in third. Liverpool's in third. They lost some dudes that people are not really accounting for, including Trent Alexander-Arnold and
Was he good?
Luis Diaz. Certain guys like that I just don't think you can automatically come in and replace. And unfortunately, they did lose a player off the field, but they had to
Yeah.
replace him as well. That I mean, that sucks to even say, but
Yeah.
he was awesome. He was an awesome soccer player, so you kind of have to say it
No
as a
mention of
sporting
Darwin
fact.
leaving.
And Darwin's a gone. I mean, he's in Saudi, but I thought they were good last year. I didn't think they were awesome. They didn't do well in any of the cups. They got knocked out. I think it's a lot of moving parts too at the same time. And Slot's gotta make it work. Of course, they get Isak. That's an easy pick. So yeah, they're gonna win it. But I think everybody else kind of stocked up as well, and everybody's gonna go at each other, and they're gonna be in every competition. So
There you go.
yeah, I'll go third.
Well, Trent, I've got Chelsea at second. I've seen enough to believe that they have a good team spirit, that they believe in their manager, that you bought players, that the system is in place and it's got real momentum. So till I see differently, I think they're climbing the mountain pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, I have Liverpool in second. I think they have enough attacking going forward that even if their defense lets in some goals, I've just seen them over the years, whether it was Klopp or Slot, when they hit a challenge, they usually meet it. They weren't great last year. I wouldn't put them as a great Premier League side, but I think they knew how to get the results when they needed them and do what they needed to do. So yeah, I think they'll have enough defensively, and they'll definitely have enough going forward, even without Isak, to challenge again. Unfortunately, and yeah, I think they'll end up second.
Second place, and we're kind of all agreeing at the same point. All these could be interchangeable. I got City finishing second this year. Uh, um, I'm kind of worried about them, honestly. I understand Rodri's a big part, and if he's healthy, that's a big part, and if he's not healthy, that's a big part. But I think if they're healthy, Holland stays healthy, which he wasn't, and if Phil Foden finds some life, I'm not going to doubt Pep Guardiola. Um, we'll see.
Well, this is the first year that they've actually gone into it where people are doubting them. Last year, they just fell off the map, but I think we all had them in first or second in the predictions. I had them winning it. So there was no, going into last season, there was every belief that they were just going to dominate again. And it was far from that. So now, does that make them more hungry where they don't have that mark, they're not, that mark on their back where everybody's after them, that they can kind of just go back up as opposed to being the target for everyone. Just, a little psychological tidbit, but
They also
um,
just came off the back
I
of
like
winning
the
four in a
guy.
row, so it's kind of hard to win
Yeah.
five in a row.
right.
That's also a reason I don't think Liverpool is going to go back to back. We saw something of teams repeating in the Premier League that is not normal. And that's very, very hard to do. And when people just re-strengthen their squads with money, that's hard to repeat in this league. So that's kind of my position on just Liverpool not repeating also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have them winning the league again. I don't know how confident I am in that, but it all boils down to if their new signings fill the voids of the guys who left. So, and obviously if they get Isak, which to me that seems like a foregone conclusion, but you know how this shit goes. So,
Yeah.
but uh, they're they're pretty solid. They're nothing super flashy, but they get it done. And until I see some other team step up and have that kind of consistency, I'm just going to keep them at number one.
Well, I picked Arsenal to win it all again for the second season in a row. I was obviously wrong last year, but that's all right. Um, I think they made good additions. I'm not extremely sold on Zubimendi in the midfield because I watched United play him, and I mean Casemiro and them handled them in that midfield just fine. But he joined a stronger team, so he may perform better. I think losing
Yeah.
Partey is a bit of a big deal for them because he was playing that kind of defensive mid role
Lock
really
him
well.
up. Lock him up. Lock him up.
Yeah, but I think that getting the most prolific striker there was last year in their squad, even though he's a bit of, in my opinion, he seems a bit of like a one-trick pony, just kind of bullies and then shoots. I think it'll work for them. I think that's what they've needed. I think they can get down the wing and get it to him, and he can knock him in. I don't know that he'll do it as often as he did last year because he's going to be playing stiffer defenses in the Prem. But yeah, I think Arsenal having the best defense for what the last two seasons now, I think it's huge. I think that partnership with Saliba and Gabriel is gonna come to fruition and pay off for him. So yeah, I'm picking Arsenal.
It is scary. I mean, all those players, Martinelli, Odegaard, Saka. Saka was hurt in the season, right?
Yeah,
He's
they
out.
just they kind of keep playing him too much.
Always hurt.
So,
Yeah.
but
And you got
if he could stay
Trossard.
healthy, it'd be huge for him.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to admit it, it's not a bad pick. And everyone's been saying they've just been missing the guy up front, the nine, and a couple other pieces. So they obviously went out and got people that could be that. I just hope it doesn't happen. But yeah. All right.
I think Liverpool's as much as I just talked up their defense, I think they will let in a few more goals than
Yeah.
Arsenal's will, and I think that'll kind of be the difference. Trentino.
All right, I guess that leaves me. Yeah, I picked my boys in blue to finish
Oh
first.
boy.
I said I was going to do it after the summer, after the Club World Cup ended. I like the additions we made, attacking wise, and I think we're pretty deep. This is before Levi Colwill got hurt, but I'm still going to stick to it. I think Chalobah and Tosin are two pretty damn good center backs in the Premier League, and we added some depth on both sides of them, and I think we've got one of the best midfields in the Premier League. And I think Liam Delap and João Pedro are gonna go off. So Why not? Why not us this season, baby?
Yeah, that's fair. Joe,
Like I
Joe
said, it was
Pedro
before
has looked
Colwell
great.
started. It's before the injuries started. I wrote down health and goalkeeper right here, so I'm already 0 for 1. We'll see.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think the midfield's going to carry Chelsea big time, along with, the additions of Pedro and Delap, and I think Palmer won't quite feel the pressure of having to carry the attack as much.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
big
it's
part.
going to
It seemed
help
like
him.
that about halfway through the season, they started keying on him, and you guys went really flat. And then obviously
It was almost
picked
like
it up.
the Eden Hazard ball. Sometimes you get it past midfield, you just pass it to some guy and hope he creates something out of his ass. And
Right. Which
yeah,
he
that
did.
wears on a guy.
Yeah.
Well,
But
not
yeah, so
having not
hopefully
having
with the two
Jackson last year
attackers, uh,
too.
yeah, he was out for a while. That's true, very true.
He was,
So
when Jackson's in there, as much as he misses some big chances, he helped creates. And
yep.
I think that was taking pressure off of Palmer. So I
Another
think
flattering freeze.
Trent is so high in that picture. He's just so high. Um, I
Stuck
think
here
yeah,
watching highlights of last year.
I think we might see the best of Cole Palmer again. Um,
Yeah.
do we want to do our I guess we want to do our
Relegators.
relegation now?
Yeah.
Relegate.
All right, just tell us all three, Dave. Who you got?
This is awesome. I'm proud of this. I have Sunderland going back down.
Boo.
I have Wolves. I looked at Wolves transfer window. They lost a lot of
Woo.
players.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
And they've been kind of riding by the skin of their teeth the last
yeah,
couple of seasons.
and my hot take, West Ham.
Oh man, I just
They
watched a
didn't
Oh
they lost
no!
players and they didn't get anyone. I think they're as dry as it gets. I don't see
Jared
it.
Bowen's going down.
Yeah. I don't see it.
I just
So
watched a guy on YouTube. He said the same thing. He thought West Ham was going to get relegated. I was kind of surprised. So that might be a good
Wow.
pick, Dave. That might be a good
sorry,
pick.
Paul.
Um, all right, I have Leeds, Burnley, and Wolves because Burnley hasn't really done much. I don't like Leeds at all, and I think Wolves has just been getting kind of lucky lately, and they just lost Cunha, probably their
Yeah.
best player. So yeah, I think that's who's going down. I think Sunderland will surprise some people and be actually pretty good, and maybe make like top 15, something like that, because they've made some decent additions, I think, with Xhaka and some other guys. So I'm pulling for Sunderland.
So you say again your three?
Leeds, Burnley, and Wolves.
And so here's the deal. Burnley, I looked at their they got some good additions. They got Kyle Walker. Uh
He's washed.
Fuck him.
yeah, but come on, that you can rally a really a newly promoted team around him. I'd have to look at some of the other signings they made, but I was impressed with the money they spent. Who was it? JJ Watt probably was behind it.
Ugh.
But that's why I didn't pick them to go down. I felt like they were building a squad that had a good team spirit.
They
I
got
guess I didn't pay
Dubravka from
attention.
Newcastle,
They got what?
um, Broha from Chelsea,
Yeah, that was the other one. I like him.
Dubravka from Newcastle, the keeper, Kyle Walker. Got a right winger from Lazio for 16 million. You would think he's going to start, right?
Right.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Shitty place to go play.
Anyway,
I got Sunderland, Burnley, and Brentford going down.
ooh, yeah,
Get
Yeah,
out
Brentford.
of here, Brentford. Get out of here.
Brentford's who I thought about instead of Wolves because you got to be kind of worried for them.
It was
They
tough
lost their
between
manager
Leeds.
and a bunch of
Yeah.
players.
I just think, yeah, they've, I'm probably going to be wrong. They
Well, they
still have,
lost. What's his name to Arsenal? Was it Norgard?
Norgard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a solid pick.
They do have Wissa, and he can get
Yeah,
a
but
goal for you at any time you need, but
now he's all alone.
it's a long season, baby. I don't know if Brentford has a lot to stay up, but
The reason I didn't pick them is just I feel like they're a pretty well run club, so they might be kind of like that Brighton where
uh-huh.
someone comes in and buys their best players, two best players in an off season, and they just kind of plug in somebody new that's young
Yeah.
and it works.
Yep. I
But
thought
we'll
that as
see.
well.
We'll
They've
see.
been in they've been in the league for what, 5, 6, 7, I don't even know how many years consecutive now. So
Yeah.
That's like three or four.
they've
but
been
he was
able
won
to.
by Thomas Frank. So now, like I said, now
Yeah.
that he's
Okay.
gone, that's I don't even know who they replaced him with, but
We'll see. They've
not a bad pick.
still got Damsgaard, just not Norbsgaard.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, not a
Yep.
bad pick though. I like it,
Who do you guys think will be a player of the year off the top of your head?
man.
The player of the year usually goes to like the best story of the year too. So
What's
Judas.
Kudos? I like it. I
Cole
like it.
Palmer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to see the best Cole Palmer again, and so I'm leaning. But I picked him last year and it didn't happen. But um, Salah, I don't know. It's until you see Salah just have an off season, which he may this season. I mean, it's going to happen at some point. It's kind of hard to pick against him.
I think him and Van Dyke are gonna have a not a down year, but hey, we're both 33 year, if that makes sense.
More average than what they've
Yeah.
been doing. Yeah,
Yep. I think this is the year it happens. I could also see Holland getting player of the year if City goes on a tear and he's just scoring goals.
right.
I'm not counting that dude out whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. And I guess since I picked Arsenal, I'm thinking about Gyökeres or I mean, hey, if Saka stays healthy, that kid can. And
Hmm.
he's probably due. Like he already had a breakout season 2 seasons ago, but he's due to maybe do even above that and have an even better season, I think. So I
yeah.
could see one of them.
I go with Palmer to your points earlier about having better players around him to where he's not having to do all of the work and carry the load. That allows him to get freed up and to create magic and be less predictable.
Well, if Allen thinks United's going to be fourth, Bruno's going to have a damn shot at that. It sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah. He's a good player.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe. I mean,
player of the year if they're fourth. I mean, he does it all to begin with. So you got to think if they're
hey,
fourth, he's banging in 20 goals and having 15 assists.
well, I mean, no, I think the pressure will be taken off of him with Mbumo and Cunha in there. Honestly, I think they'll be
Yeah,
able to create a lot more.
that
But
could be
again,
scary.
it really depends on what they do midfield wise. I mean, part of my prediction is based off of I think
Formation wise,
they will make a midfield addition that Amram will plug in and maybe not immediately, but he will start to use that midfielder a lot as the season goes on, and it'll help Bruno. Um, you guys don't want to get me started. I have an argument that like Bruno could be arguably the best midfielder in the Prem, the way he puts out
he's
and
one of.
the way he has put out for the last 5 seasons.
Mhm.
Um, but of course, there's different types of midfielders because Rodri plays more defensively and still is amazing. Caicedo is coming into his own and looking amazing. Um,
Different
so yeah,
roles.
yeah, exactly. And Bruno plays much more forward and tries to score, so it's different.
No,
But
I think pretty much everyone rates him, no matter who you support, and he just doesn't have the cast around him to be able to crown him, with
right,
that title. So yeah, to your point, if these guys, if your signings pan out, and it's kind of like I said with Palmer, you got better cast around you, you're gonna be even better.
yeah. So he could shine, but he could
Yeah,
also just be handing out a bunch of assists and letting other people score, which is great as well.
yeah, as long
But
as you're
yeah,
involved.
I think it'll be interesting um,
I
to
got last year's
see
highlights on behind me. This is hilarious.
Leicester's.
Yeah, last year's.
Oh,
It's like
last year's.
a review show on Peacock of everything, and I'm just laughing at the chaos. Liverpool United matches in the rain, handballs,
Man,
hammering, screaming.
the Liverpool game at Anfield. I mean, I thought we played really well, but yeah, for us to get out of there at a 2-2 draw was
Yeah, that's what it is.
pretty amazing. I was pretty surprised by that, but that's what Amarim's done, and when he has time to prepare, he
That's
seems
why you're
to
picking them fourth right there. All right.
pretty much other than he had plenty of time to prepare for Tottenham and couldn't get it done there. So we lost to that's the stupid thing. We beat City at the Emirates, we tied Liverpool, we tied Arsenal at the end. We ended up losing to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on that Spinaroonie cross. Um, but
Lost to Spurs in the Europa
we
League
we we
final.
lost to Tottenham like four times. The League Cup, Europa
Yeah, that's bad.
League, and twice in the league. Like it was like they
They
were
were
our
all awful matches.
we let Van de Ven run all the way through like
That
70
was that was one
yards.
of my favorite goals of the year.
That was insane. Who does that? Who lets a center back just run through? Like
Yeah,
there's so many bonehead. And then
he's a gazelle.
for us to just give you the goal in the Europa League final, topped it off. It was like just so many bonehead moments. So
Yeah.
anyway, anyway, what else
All
is
right,
on the
what else we
docket?
got, Trent? I forget what the rundown stated, but
We got to talk fantasy real quick. Fill me in
oh
here.
gosh, I tell you what, yeah, like I said, we're gonna play this season and we'll keep everyone updated. If anyone wants to play, whether you have a league or not, you can join the PL Fantasy app and follow along with us for the five people that watch this podcast or whatever. But yeah, I would say let's not go through a whole draft. I think we've taken up a lot of time, but just know that in our next podcast, we will have a team drafted, and we're going to
In the
present
league.
that team and how we're doing. We'll give you the standings every week of where we are. So
Dave,
First place.
just get Palmer, Holland,
we have
uh
a budget. We can't go over the budget.
Saka. No,
Saka,
why?
Salah.
City don't have a budget. Why should we? Um, let's see who
And then we can
else.
just get horrible defenders, just get all real expensive attackers.
Attackers. Yeah,
Put Grealish at keeper.
definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for the season to start though. And I think it'll be interesting to see whether some of these teams that, maybe arguably overperformed, like we were talking about, I don't think Forest is gonna do as well as they did. I don't think we're gonna see Chris Wood and maybe
Yep.
Sells be the goalkeeper he was. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe he will, but I think losing Elanga kind of hurts. So I don't know that we'll see Forest do as well. If United can pull Baleba from Brighton, Brighton may not do as well. I think it'll be interesting though. Um, really interesting.
Well, that's the thing. Speaking of like Brighton, we didn't really talk about the bone pile of the teams that weren't in the top eight or in relegation. Bournemouth got rated.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
both of their defenders, I think, are
yeah,
gone.
that's the big deal.
Yeah,
I
I think their
mean,
whole back line, like three of the
yeah,
four or something. Yeah.
yeah,
but that's
because
pretty cool
Liverpool got
that
the
they're
left back.
it's pretty
Madrid got
cool
the
that
center back.
they're producing players like that. I don't know about producing, but that they had those players. Um, it's pretty impressive.
Tyler Adams in for a big season. A lot of work, I bet. A lot of tracking back.
Clivert had a great season last season.
Cliver did have a
Yeah,
great season.
he's good.
I liked
He's
him.
good.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what these teams can do. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think
like
there'll be a
I
bounce back for
agree.
the top six.
I think the Fulhams, the Palace, you guys are a little low on West Ham. I think they're all kind of right in that pocket of teams. Brighton, that's a tough place to go play. They're usually pretty well coached. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
After
They're
the
going to
top,
beat one of
after the
our
top
teams.
eight,
They're going to beat one of our teams, and we don't want them to. I mean,
100%. Yeah,
oh, for
always
sure.
happens.
Yeah, for sure.
You go
nobody
down
likes
there.
going down. Nobody likes going to Brighton.
Yeah,
Good
you go
Lord.
down there. The match is at 6 a.m. at Skinny's, and nobody shows up. And you watch a 3-0 thrashing. You're like, why the hell did I wake up for this shit today?
Right. Okay, just for fun, off the top of your head, who wins La Liga?
Barcelona.
What do you think, Dave?
Oh shit! I'll go Real.
Yeah, I think Barcelona do it again. I'll pick Barca. Bundesliga. Who wins Bundesliga?
Oof. I think this might be a runaway year for Bayern.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Like locked up by March runaway.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not arguing that one.
Yep.
Yeah. And any
They got
argument?
Luis Diaz now in their attack.
Right.
I don't know if those German defenders are ready for what's about to hit them.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that guy is relentless.
He goes at everybody. He doesn't care.
Everybody.
Yep.
Um, and then I mean, I don't think we can pick against PSG again in the French league. So who do we think? What do you guys think about Champions League? Who do you think maybe wins that? I know
Oof.
it's tough because we're early on. It's kind of nice because Champions League doesn't start till what, October?
I think September we
Or
have
is it
matches, don't
September?
we?
Okay. We have group in September. But you kind
Yeah.
of get to see a bunch of teams and kind of see who's maybe, you
Yeah.
know, cream of the crop and who's not. But do you think PSG is going to be able to repeat? Because they're young.
My
That
early favorite would
squad,
be, I
that
think my early
Portuguese
favorite's
guy,
Bayern.
Coutinho or whatever. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I right now I can tell somebody I take him.
I really like Barcelona. I think if Yamal can get a little better, I mean,
Good shout.
I'm just gonna guess that he's gonna improve a little bit. Pedri, Gavi, I mean that midfield, I don't know. And if Lewandowski can, I mean, Lewandowski quietly still scored like 30 plus goals last year. Like
Yep.
the dude is just, I think he gets a bit underrated as one of the best strikers we've seen over the last 20 years. Um,
He's always did a great team, so I think people kind of downplay him a little bit. But
True.
But by the way, I saw a story 2 days ago, I think on ESPN. He agreed to come to Man United in like 2012, and Borussia Dortmund declined to sell him
God,
because they knew that they would do really well in the Bundesliga and in Champions League, and they would make that money back that they were going to get for the sale. So they kept him, and then he went on a free to Bayern Munich 2 seasons later.
You'd say probably went to the damn final in Champions League that year with Dortmund.
They did under Klopp. Yeah.
Yep.
So they were right. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. I was like, man, I would have loved Lewandowski at United. And heck, if we got him back then, he might have stayed the whole time. Who knows? Um, but yeah, I think I would for Champions League winner, I'd probably early pick would probably be Barcelona right now. So, but hey, I mean, Inter could make another run at it. These Italian teams keep showing up.
I think
yeah,
Inter's
they lost
time's
their manager
passed.
though.
I'll,
I think their manager was a big part of that.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I'll take Bayern as the early Champions League favorite, in my opinion.
Did you pick PSG, Dave? Is that what you
Yeah.
said? Okay. Okay. Well, cool. All right, guys. Well, everybody put money on it. We are never wrong. So you could definitely take this to the bank.
Did you guys put money on the USL club being named OKC United?
I did not put money on that, but I don't
Uh,
mind OKC United. I mean, I know it's a little
oh,
bland.
I bet you don't. I bet you don't, Alan.
I don't mind it.
I bet there's a select group of soccer fans in Oklahoma City that don't mind the United name.
Hey, Trent, my pick was like OKC, Hotspur, Villa, United, FC or whatever, but no one seemed to like that. It was a little long.
Well, you saw
Vibe.
my posts. I'm fine with it. I'm not into the naming it after a regional bird or
Yeah.
animal or being a franchise type name where you got some mascot. I don't care about that shit. So I
Right.
mean,
I
It's
will
United's
say,
fine with me.
it's an easy thing to rag on, but like, yeah, give me some better options. What's better than that?
but
That's
I
gonna
will
please the
say,
masses.
true. I don't know that it was worth making the change though. Like OKC Energy was fine. So like
That's
Yeah,
yeah.
if
I
we
think there
just
was
change
just
it to
enough.
United, it's like whoop-de-doo.
I think there
Yeah.
was just an anticipation there, and there was like a little contest, whatever it was. So you go through all of that, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Well, it's United." So,
Yeah,
uh,
it seems like a bit of a cop out, honestly. I mean,
yeah,
in my opinion, if yeah, OKC United's fine, but I think they could have left it at OKC Energy. It would have been great.
yeah, I could go. I could have gone either way.
Why the suspense? Why the wait for that? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
Right.
with you. I'm with you, boys.
yeah.
All
All right,
right.
guys.
You guys gonna be at the pub anytime soon? I don't think I can
Oh
make it
yeah, I might be
opening
there
weekend.
tomorrow for the Super League.
Oh, we got that. You guys gonna win?
No,
It'll be fun to watch, though.
doubtful. We're gonna have to, just play a back 10.
Where are they playing? Where's the game at?
Yeah,
It's
where is
in
it?
Italy, oh, I can't remember where, but it's in Italy.
Do
Very
you
nice.
play on Sunday
Saturday.
and then
So
you turn around and play
yeah,
Saturday?
so I'm not
Dang.
a big fan of that, but that's what happens when you win trophies. You just gotta,
You don't
it's
have
all
to
part
explain
of
that
it.
to me, Dave. I've watched my team win plenty of trophies.
Yeah, so I could complain, but it's like, well, there's a reason we're in this cup, and I like it.
Yep, yep.
So no, I think we'll get pasted, but who knows?
That's why you
Depends
play.
how seriously either team takes it.
Yeah, yeah. it'll be interesting to see what Thomas Frank does for his first kind of competitive
Yeah, I
match. So
agree. I wish we had two or three more players already in the bag that we got in the transfer window. That would have made things seem a little bit more positive, but
yeah.
this is nothing new.
Um, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there Sunday for the opening game
Big
against
game.
Arsenal.
Big
So
game. There'll be a big crowd there for that.
yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. Um, I don't know that even though I picked Arsenal to win the league, I don't know that I'll pick them to beat us. I'm going with a draw. So
Oh, I saw your little clip on our page that Tyler had him win 2-0. He had
yeah, dude, yeah, yeah.
Harry Maguire with the goal and
And Sheshko off
yeah.
the bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyler also said one time Onana was never going to let in a goal again. So he was going to
Oh,
be clean sheet machine. And so,
Nostradamus.
yeah. Yeah. I love to, I mean, he was joking when he said it, but I love to rag him on that. Just because it's just funny. Because, yeah, just to see what Onana's turned into. But
By the
anyway,
way, if you don't know, surely you know, but if not, 201 East Main Skinny Slims. They open for all the matches, EPL. If you want them to put on another league, I'm sure they can make that happen. But
that's the place to watch
come
and
join the
drink
shit show
and party.
starting Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, 2 p.m.
Opening games, Liverpool and Bournemouth.
Yep.
Yep. That could be all right. I think
Yeah,
Liverpool will win, but I think that could be all right. All right, guys. Well, I guess this is it for the season opener, and then we'll probably recap in a week or two about what happened in the first weekend.
correct. All right. Well, that's a wrap.
Cue the
Good
music.
stuff. Bow, bow.